Savioke is a company that makes robots to help people. And fundamentally, we make delivery robots that work for the services industry and that started in hotels, and we're moving into elder care and hospitals and office buildings, pretty much anywhere people eat, sleep, work, and those places that need delivery, where stuff moves around. Oh, Savioke is kind of an homage to where we came from. So we were at this really unique, historically unique think tank called Willow Garage. Willow Garage is to robotics what, if you know Xerox PARC was to the PC. It was this amazing think tank place that was a center for excellence for the time that it existed. And Willow was only around for 6 years. So we came from Willow. I used to be the CEO there. When we started here, started this company, I said, I'm going to start a company, what should we call it? And the oak part of Savioke is sort of an homage to willow, right? It's a tree. And savvy is the same thing. It's like savvy, like smart. You know, Savioke means quality. It means quality because we get to define what Savioke means, and we decided it's going to be about quality in all languages because we picked a new word. And we came to it with Savioke, and we said, I said, we only have 2 hours to come up with a name because we're not going to spend weeks and weeks doing this. You know, we got stuff to do. Yep. So we'll come up with a name in 2 hours. That was the name we came up with, and it stuck. So our relay robots take things from one place to another. And yeah, people could also take things from one place to another. What we found is sometimes people would rather have a robot bring them something than have a person come knocking at their bedroom door at 2 in the morning. They don't have to get dressed. They don't have to tip the robot. So there's a lot of reasons why they like it. Most importantly, probably, the robot tends to come faster than a person does because it's always ready to go. We spend a lot of time on the design. We care a lot about how people perceive the robot, and we want the robot to delight people that they encounter. Our philosophy is to make automate things that are boring for people to do, and let people do things that use their best skills. Right. I like to say that you've never seen anybody write, I can ride the elevator all by myself on their resume, right? But that's like one of the cool things that our robot does. And what it means is that you know, somebody who has a job as a front desk clerk at a hotel can spend more time enchanting the guests as they come in, and less people spend less time in line because the staff are there helping them, and the robots are doing the boring work of going down the long hallway and dropping something off. We're not doing like, you know, we're not doing painting or something here where you'd have outgassing or something. We're doing assembly and testing of robots that are designed to test in an office environment or work in an office environment. So when we build a robot, we drive it around our office, that's the natural environment for that robot. And so it works fine for us. We tend to be part of an ecosystem. So we're only about 20 people. But we have at least 20 different companies that we work with to build parts, to, you know, like for marketing. We outsource almost everything. We have somebody in-house, and then we have a team outsourced that we work with. And that turns out to be a really nice way, kind of a Silicon Valley way to scale. And so when we think about manufacturing in the building, that's just another extension of that. Our partners will do all the grinding and painting and everything for all the parts. The parts come in, we put the pieces together, apply the software, and then make it work. Well, I live in San Jose, and that's part of it, actually. One of the things when I'm starting a new company is to say I want it to be somewhere near my home. I don't want to be commuting really far away. But another really important thing for us was, where is Caltrain? And we always, this is our 3rd office. We're 3 years old as a company. Not that we move around a lot, but it turns out. This is our 3rd office, and we've always picked one that's within walking distance of a Caltrain station. What we get in downtown San Jose is tall buildings in walking distance of a Caltrain station, which you don't actually get very far up the peninsula. And we care about tall buildings because our robots ride elevators, and so we want to be in a building where we can test what we're doing, you know, not just in a hotel. I think when we first moved down here, we weren't sure what to expect, right? To be honest, we said, oh, you know, people were a little bit nervous. We'd all been in the suburbs for the last 2 offices coming to work. What we were delighted by was you can walk to all kinds of stuff. There's so many restaurants. There's so many, you know, places to go for happy hour. And a lot of our, like we found out that our tax people are 2 buildings away, so it's a short walk. And so there's a lot of nice things about being in a densely populated area when you come to work, because you have a lot of resources. For a startup, is access to talent is the number one thing, right? People are the most important. People are the heart of a business. And here we are in the heart of Silicon Valley and on the Caltrain, so we have access to people all up and down the peninsula, and that's a big deal. It's a much longer commute up to Mountain View or up to San Francisco. And San Francisco doesn't have that because you've got to go across water to be nearby, so they're really landlocked. One of the things I really liked when we met with the city the first time was they said, you know, how can we help you? And one of the things we need as a robotics company is places to test and introductions to other buildings and other people, and they were open with that. And they said, oh, by the way, we own the convention center, maybe we can get you in there. And so those kinds of things are really, really helpful. For a small company, we don't have the ability to buy a huge space, and yet we want our robots to work in huge spaces. And so it's really accommodating of the city to be able to say, oh, well, we've got access to this, we can let you, use it on the weekend or whatever.